Well, hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. This is Borderline Banter. Sorry we're a little bit late tonight. It happens from time. But yeah, thank you for being here. I hope you're having a great Monday night. My name is Mike, and we're hanging out here at the Banter. As always, moving the mouse around, we have Dustin. Hey, Dustin, how's it going?
What do you mean I'm not? Oh, you're adjusting the screen. I see. I'm doing pretty good. How's everyone out in Banterland doing? We need a name for our fans.
Um,
Banter Maniacs,
let's ask them.
maybe.
Make
Banter
sure it's
Bunch.
not copyrighted, you know?
Whoa! Welcome back, Jermaine.
Oh,
I do
Oh,
see you managed to make it onto the screen. You got good
sorry
placement.
about that, guy.
yeah, I am the placement,
Sometimes
okay?
Discord does that,
I'm the chocolate.
Like we're
I'm the
live,
chocolate
literally right
placement
before we
king.
went live. There, it was fine. It was working 100% fine. Then next thing you know, we went live. It boom.
Whoop!
But yeah,
There it is.
well, thanks for being here. Hope you guys had a great weekend and all. What you guys do all weekend?
I worked like a boss, okay?
Yay! Actually,
I'm about that money.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't play Power World once. I didn't.
I basically played Power World all weekend because yeah, I didn't work, so had to use some of my spare time to build Pokemon and build a base, all that fun stuff.
Allegedly Pokemon. But you're
Yeah,
just right.
gotta catch up, pal.
Alrighty. Well, I think we probably should get started here. What
I
do we
think we're
have
starting
first?
off with one of Jermaine's favorite topics.
Yeah, it was Jermaine's favorite.
Yeah. Oh crap. Well, sorry about that. Didn't quite have it up the top. Starting off with Gizmodo here. Taylor Swift AI. We're in the first 5 minutes. Can we say this?
Um, yes.
Oh no, we maybe we're past 5 minutes now, right?
No, we're not, but it's all good. It's past 2 minutes.
All right. Taylor Swift AI porn faces changes at Twitter and Microsoft. Oh, forces.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez. You're
there's
pulling
gonna
at
be some
me, geez.
changes. Well, this kind of faces changes. Forces changes. Elon Musk's social media platform is blocking searches related to quote Taylor Swift quote after AI porn created to resemble the artist went viral.
um,
Look
apparently
here, that
her
means they still got them on there. That's all that means.
Yeah,
Jermaine,
and all it would take is
Jermaine's
just
just
searching
like,
this apparently.
yeah. I was out of the loop. I didn't hear about this until like I heard something happening, but I didn't know what it was. I'm like,
I guess the Chiefs won a thing. This is I think a thing. AFC
I don't know. I don't
champions.
see the big deal with Taylor Swift. Like, oh, she sings, but not my kind of music. First of all, but yeah, I don't see. Like now, AI generated
Well, I
pictures. Yeah,
mean,
that's pretty
she's
messed up. That's a big deal. That's pretty ignorant. That's that's pretty weird.
well, back in the '90s. What was your opinion on Britney?
Um, did she actually do like what do you mean? Like the '90s? I was a kid. I didn't really have an opinion.
Like, because basically all that Taylor Swift is a modern day Britney Spears.
Okay, yeah.
She's just the
She
new
just ain't
like,
she ain't just ain't crazy yet.
well, and
Um,
give her a little bit,
but yeah, no, that's not
you
cool. That
know.
isn't right. Like, why? Is, like that is pretty silly for someone to do that. But
Although in all
um,
fairness, if you look at like some of the other ones, like Christina Aguilera and all the other ones
it's
from the
happened to
'90s,
everyone.
they didn't go crazy either. The reason Britney went crazy is because she literally had a conservatorship as an adult.
And her dad.
So
Yeah.
like she had helicopter abusive parents. So like this is a totally different
Mhm.
Yeah, and
thing.
Taylor had lots handed to her. So
Yeah, Taylor started off with a lot of money.
yeah. So
Anyways,
but yeah,
so yeah, Elon Musk halted searches for Taylor Swift this weekend.
that's pretty sad he has to do that. But I
It
get it.
took them a long time to do it,
Lon, what
but
do you mean a long
I
time? What happened? When did this happen? When did it first break out?
I
think
guess
like
this
Friday.
weekend,
Friday.
maybe.
And when did he make it so you can't look it up?
Let's see. Something went wrong, says X. When you search for Taylor Swift on Monday morning, try reloading. So I guess as of Monday morning, you can't search.
So the
Um,
whole weekend, everybody
but don't
was
worry, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
It's not your fault,
Hillary.
Jermaine.
It's very fault. But yeah.
Jermaine, it's not your fault.
Um
look here. I'm not looking to see
It's
no
not your fault, Jermaine.
skinny. Most likely a little bit of Botox in there somewhere. Body, okay.
So the
I
AI
am
generated
very
photos
amazed.
started circulating on X last week, with one post garnering over 45 million views.
oh,
What did you guys see it?
I didn't. I don't.
I
I don't
didn't.
really go on X that often. Like I do for Borderline Banter, but literally I'm different. I don't know.
So the post immediately drew backlash from Swift's fan base, ultimately prompting X to block accounts sharing the content and remove the most viral post. I guess that was their
What I
first attempt to stop it. Delete the stuff.
no, all they did was they didn't block the accounts. Like they didn't terminate them. They said you had to delete the post
Yeah.
before you allow you to be back on there to
Now
actually use your account.
look, this got pretty important, pretty high up. The White House has commented on the situation. You know, Joe Biden,
Yeah.
his take is alarming. It's alarming.
I mean,
It's alarming. Like,
yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, well, I
KJP,
think there's a
you
lot
missed
more
that.
shit going on than some fake nudes of some chick. But
Yeah, and
like, I don't get what's with Taylor. Like, I'm gonna probably get like people who love Taylor Swift and cool, but like, she's just a human being. Sings music. That's
Yeah.
you do, you know. Yeah, I guess back all
You know
throughout
how
the
much
years.
money
it's been
she
like,
bring in though?
yeah,
That's why it's so important.
exactly. But wonder what her
Whatever,
next
but you're
song's gonna be. Her next hit song's gonna be about Travis and her breaking up.
well, it might be about Microsoft.
Yeah, for the nude photos.
You know, Microsoft, their tool here, Designer, is what people are using to do it. Identified as the tool used to create the AI porn images of Swift. Designer was reportedly used to create sexually explicit images of several other celebrities, which are circulating on 4chan and Telegram right now.
4chan still.
Yeah, I
thing?
bet you could still. I bet you could still search
I
on
thought
those.
4chan got shut down years ago.
I don't think so. I think
uh,
it just still
they probably
exists.
switched servers.
Actually, I don't know
Yeah,
what 4chan is.
yeah. What do you mean? What are we
Yeah.
talking about 4chan? You spend time on what's that?
Yeah, dude,
Huh?
that's so long, huh? Yeah,
Huh?
huh?
I am
What?
calling for
So yeah, that's
a
good on
scrub
Twitter.
on
I
his
get
computer.
why X did it because yeah, that's a one way to stop share. But it's gonna get shared everywhere else. People have this phone. People took shots. It's out there forever now. It's not. That's
Yeah,
the
she has
unfortunate.
she got a hat. That hat's
That
too big
always
for
can.
her head.
But it's fake anyway. Like okay, cool, but there's
Is
fake.
this an AI picture?
Could be,
Ooh.
but I guess not.
Also, is she doing the okay thing with her hand? Isn't
That's
that a
that.
thing?
That's yeah. I'm not gonna say it, but
Ooh.
yeah,
Do we not call that
Ooh.
out when we just assume it's a person that we you know
It's
like
that,
what?
remember that football team that did it and got in trouble?
Yeah.
Oh
Remember when Trump did it and got in
no,
trouble?
I'm yeah. Oh okay.
Like it
Oh,
was a whole thing, and now
yeah.
she could just do it. I'm just saying.
Rick, I'm definitely making something out of this afterwards, unless somebody beats me to it.
Look, I
Yeah,
oh, crap. What do you
yeah.
got here? Just
Sorry,
popcorn.
Taylor. I'm freaking
So the
exposing
rest
you.
is just the rest is just talk about Super Bowl. You gotta give me credit though, so I give you the
You
idea.
found for sure. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta
Someone's
put
gonna
like a
steal it, but yeah. That's on her page. We'll go up for a second. That's on her Twitter page. No, the East Tour. Okay, well I'll find it. I can always go back to this.
T Swift Eras tour. What the
Alrighty.
sure.
But yeah, that's pretty silly. But that's been going on for years. Been to fake photos of for decades of celebrities. It's gonna happen, you know. Well, are
All they're
weird.
gonna do is do how they did it the old way and just copy paste the face on it.
Yeah.
Swift has a response here. Furious. What's with these
Furious.
one word quotes?
Furious.
Like Biden was what and
Yeah.
Swift is
Hey,
furious.
I forgot what Biden was, but unmanageable or something. What did he? I forget what he said. He wouldn't be able to say that word.
Basically, it's just another word for
Yeah,
furious, wasn't
furious.
it?
No,
It was
wasn't he?
alarming.
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 This is alarming.
I'm furious.
I don't blame her for being upset, but she's a celebrity. She is a. It's gonna happen. She's got to understand that's gonna happen. That's the
So
way
they
it is,
do
you
already
know?
have written policies that cover this already.
Yeah.
Non-consensual nudity, which you could argue this is, and then also synthetic and manipulated media, which this definitely is.
Yeah.
So why are they banning the search of Taylor Swift as an answer?
Because they probably can't keep up with it. A lot of trolls on fake accounts, right?
So at some point, are they going to take the ban of searching
Oh,
for her
100%
off?
they will.
Like, she's one of the most searched
It's
people
probably
ever,
gonna be over
right?
within a week. I guarantee it's over in a few days. They're probably just gonna find out, right? So don't go and look at Taylor Swift because they're probably like, hey, let's check out this person, right? So, maybe not. Looking it up. But
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll just do it because they heard about it. They're gonna just search it
Yeah,
now.
like what is that thing?
Now, if everyone's so angry and furious and alarmed by this, does that mean that it's a pretty decent AI porn?
I don't know.
Like,
I
like
remember.
we've been looking last episode at the bad deepfakes or whatever episode that
I
was.
don't think we were talking about it. I think it was just us offline.
Oh, it might have been just an
Actually,
offline
yeah, I think it
combo.
was just offline. We are talking about it. But yeah, we were talking about deepfakes and let people know that. I think that there's gonna be a lot. Some people disagree with me, but I personally think there's gonna be some really good deepfake videos of Donald Trump and Joe Biden out there saying
Well,
things
but if
that
that
they did
happens,
not say.
if that happens, it's gonna be super easy
Yeah,
for Elon Musk to fix. He'll just ban the search of Donald Trump
yeah.
and Joe Biden,
So
and it's
yeah.
fine. You just won't just remove the search bar. Is that the answer?
No, but that's not it. But they're gonna have to do something. But you got to be careful. You got to pay attention to things. You got to look at the photo. You can't just hear something and oh, look at the video. Like we were watching some of the videos, and some of them they're not great. But if you're not really paying attention, you don't see it. A lot of people don't pay attention to shit. Just flabbergasted that. And if there's a video of Joe Biden saying something without a stutter, you know it's. But yeah,
Yeah. Look at this.
yeah, see it, Dale. I don't have anything else on this. What about you guys?
All I gotta say is my AI is innocent. It was programmed to do it. It did its job like a
I mean,
hard-working American.
it's
Okay?
just a
Oh,
tool.
Yeah, it's just a
it
tool, yeah.
did.
But
It's a hard-working American product. It did its job allegedly. I do not
Allegedly.
support the
With
porn
its
part, but
job.
it was doing its job.
Look, somebody gave it some inputs. It gave the output that is correct for the inputs it was getting. Right?
Yes, and if it did it correctly and it doesn't look with about 7 fingers on one hand, I give the AI props because that's what they've been working on.
Give it
I'm
a
not saying it's correct
7.4 out of 10.
or whatever. I'm not saying that the product is correct. Do not counsel me over that, but the product is not correct.
So you're saying you did the
But
research? You went out and watched the video? Because I
oh
didn't. I don't know if it's even good.
no,
That's my
no,
question
I've
is
been
it actually good quality, or are we talking like the low
look, I don't
quality
know if it's
deepfake
good.
stuff?
I know, like I haven't watched it either, but I'm just
Alright, that's
saying,
your homework. You gotta let us know. Come back, do the
oh
field
no,
research.
no.
You're our field correspondent this week.
Well,
Yeah,
let
sometimes the
me go
field
on
is,
to the AI
alrighty, I think it's
company.
time to. Okay. From the CBC, federal government seeking another pause on planned expansion of medical assistant dying. MAID won't be extended to cover cases of mental illness before next election. I know what I'm glad I as opposed to this whole thing. For those who don't know, MAID, this is a Canada article, but MAID is a medical assistant suicide. It's out there for people who are
Yep.
critically sick, who have cancer, who are dying. Who I get it. You're gonna die and you're in pain. You wanna be and you don't want to live anymore. I get it. You're not gonna make it. You're in pain. But they're talking about passing on to people who have mental illnesses, who are depressed and all that stuff. And I think that's complete bullshit. My opinion, but I think that's unreal. First of all, people who are depressed and mentally ill cannot make that decision. And that's just an illness. You can get over it. Yeah, that's my 2 cents. But yeah, anyway, the federal government has announced it's seeking another pause on medical assistance MAID. Promises that would cover those suffering solely from mental illness. This is the second time the government has sought to delay the expansion of MAID since the Supreme Court in Quebec struck down the government original 2006 MAID station because it was limited to those whose deaths were reasonably foreseeable. That was a lot to say, but yeah, I just personally think it's a horrible idea. Whoa, like if that's
Are we talking mental problems like schizophrenia
people with
and
schizophrenia,
everything?
you take your pills, you can live. Hey,
Uh,
great life.
yes, but it depends what the level of your schizophrenia is, because you can have the schizophrenia where you actually are seeing people too.
They I was talking about this a few episodes ago that here in Canada, there's this guy who was schizophrenic. He ate somebody on a bus here, literally on the Greyhound bus. Up and he got a few years in mental. Now it's a schizophrenia, but as long as he takes his med, he's allowed. So if they allow that, why are they gonna let people die? Allow that? I don't know. I think it's pretty messed up. My opinion. They're just letting do and helping the people rather than getting them because it takes forever. That's it. Help, but they just don't. It seems like they don't want to help. Okay, well here's an opt out, so you don't feel guilty. Have anything to say there, Dustin?
No, I'm just trying to see if this article has anything about the actual mental disorders in mind here. Like, the closest I've got is a quote of somebody saying treatment-resistant mental disorders, meaning your medication's not, you just take it and you're fine and you're happy. But that being said, like, I'm still looking for more detail. That's not really enough detail. Because there are some mental illnesses that are completely debilitating, and if you stick with the other criteria, I thought that we read criteria on this. It had to be something incurable and
but that was what it is
only
right
declining.
Now. That's
and
what it is
like,
right now.
Yeah.
That's for like that's what it is right now, and I agree with that.
But and there are mental illnesses that fit that bill.
But so illnesses that gives nobody hope. What? I don't know. Like that means like a lot of they from what I've heard, just sit and talk, but I've looked into this too. But they're often people who are chronically depressed. And sometimes the medicine doesn't help.
Yeah, but I haven't read that in here either. Yeah. I haven't found somebody who's just depressed would get this. Obviously, that's where you think, because it isn't giving me any other details. So, which that would obviously no one would think that makes sense. But I mean, that's not the only mental disorder. Like depression is one of 1,000. I mean, I can't even name more than 10.
Okay, first thing I googled right now: Canada, whose only medical condition is mental illness, including depression and personality disorders, are not eligible for MAID for 2 years. This was back actually a while ago, till March 17th. Yeah, this is actually a while back. So they're saying that you're not eligible until it's approved, right? The term mental illness in quotations is a new legislation, refers to conditions that primarily psychiatrists and do not cover. I'm not even trying to say that.
So are you saying you can already do it?
Well, this because it was supposed to. This is a old article, and it was supposed to go into effect on March 17th, 2023, but they delayed it. Now they're talking about. Now they're delaying it again. I agree, they do. You know what?
But while they're delaying it, they're not doing it, are they?
No, they're not. It's not happening right now. That's why I'm glad they're doing this. They're doing other. They're made to exist, but right now, MAID is for people who have cancer, who are not going to survive. MAID is for people who are on illnesses that are killing them, not depression, not that. It's illnesses that are killing them. Which, if they don't want to suffer, they're in pain. That's different.
How many mental disorders can you name?
Off the top of my head, there's so many. There's schizophrenia. There's what was the question again? Sorry. Mental illnesses.
Mental disorders. Yeah.
Okay. Depression. And I guess not me at the moment because you put me on the spot. But
right. I'm just trying to see if you can name anything beyond schizophrenia and depression.
Schizophrenia. There's mental illnesses. I guess that probably include Down syndrome. That probably include autism. That probably include many things like that. And
psychosis,
I know PTSD. PTSD. Okay.
Anxiety disorders.
No, a lot of so
others.
Yeah, so that can go on and on and on.
Dissociative disorders.
And know what? If they want to look into it, maybe they should look into it. They have to change the legislation. It was okay, if they're not going to survive in the schizophrenia, that's a different story. But if they're just if it's, I don't know. I just think nowadays I don't think they should offer people go. That's my
in my opinion, psychosis is more of a worry than schizophrenia. But living with psychosis would be potentially hell
for sure.
And if they're trying to push it for things like that, be more specific, because you can't have it be wide and encompassing.
And that's maybe why they have to push it back again, because they don't actually have anything really. They don't know what they're talking about. They just go on. But know what? That's true. If you want to do that, sure. Is that incurable? Is there no way to solve that? Can you ever solve
But as
schizophrenia?
well,
I
you
don't
gotta
know.
remember
Can
the
you? I'm not. I do not
financial.
know. Can you solve schizophrenia? Does it ever go away or no?
It depends, case by case.
Okay, like I'm not sure, but if it doesn't ever go away, sure, like maybe that's what they have to do. But
Yeah, there are people who are committed to mental
it's
institutes
okay.
for life,
And then
and
you know what? That's a different.
with that, well, it's not committed for life. It's committed until they're better. But there's people who never got better and died with schizophrenia. So, I mean,
Yeah, you don't. You just don't know what the experience could be if you just hear voices
Yeah, but
telling
that's
you
a
to
different
do things.
story. But okay, I'm not talking about that. I was talking about people who are clinically depressed. Someone who was I was depressed for many years. I'm getting over it. I've been over it for a while now. Over it. Who's really over depression?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But doesn't mean you can't not move on. Doesn't mean you can't be happy with yourself.
yeah.
well, I mean,
I
some of
admit,
these
like,
things you don't have the ability to control. So,
yeah,
Mm.
okay, but that's what I'm
like,
saying.
not everyone can
Okay,
just take a drug and feel better.
okay, I'm not taking drugs
Just
for the record, but um, there's other ways to get around it. But the
there's
drugs as
people that they've
drugs.
tried
I know
every known
antidepressants
drug and
is
none
great,
of them
and
are
for the
working.
record, antidepressants is great for a lot of people. I don't want to bash them out. They are amazing pills that do work for some. Funny, but work. But that's a different story than schizophrenic. Just because you're depressed doesn't mean you're actually ever going to hurt anybody. Schizophrenic, that's a different story. Psychosis, I don't know that. I'm not talking about that. But depression, just because you're depressed,
Yeah. So, anyways,
yeah, I don't know if that much more
I
on
would
it.
love this to have had more detail and maybe see the
Yeah.
dissenting opinion, like,
And that's
because a
why.
lot of shit doesn't pass for the wrong reason. Like, the reason we're hearing might not be the real reason.
But for maybe that's what it is. Oh, that maybe that's yeah. Maybe they're pushing it back longer for that. Maybe that's why. Like we have to figure out. Wait, so
All I mean is that you can't just trust your government is telling you the truth.
I don't trust the
Um,
record.
we name our bills things that make them seem like they do a thing, like the
Hmm.
make school free for everyone bill, and then you look at it and it's actually just like a ban on pornography in school libraries. Like it's nothing to do with the title, kind of shit is what we'll do.
Yeah.
Um,
We ever go over how that execution went?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we
you
did.
could
Yeah, we
did
did
I
on Friday. We
was
did on Friday. Yeah,
yeah
Oh, we did. Oh
yeah,
shit, I done
it
forgot
went
all about it
it
already.
went badly. Yeah,
yeah. Well,
Yeah. No,
it
did you see?
lasted
well,
for like
They said there was
22
a
well,
minutes.
there's
hiccup in
mixed
the.
opinions on how it went.
No, they said there was a hiccup in the. Uh, what was it? EKG machine or something
I
to
mean,
make
there
the results
was
coming out looking good.
I mean, the results was people's eyewitness testimony, so I don't know how the EKG helped with that. The witnesses saw, you know, air escaping the mask that was supposed to be airtight. The whole thing of denying your brain oxygen. If you aren't airtight, you're getting a little bit of oxygen, thus prolonging it, which is what happened. The witness testimony,
Yeah,
as well as the experts watching
I
it.
know.
The only people who we read who were actually saying everything went great was the warden. Not a doctor. I kept pointing that out. Not a doctor said
Yeah,
everything went fine. Everyone else said no, it was a horror shit show. and like
yeah. It says EKG lines
and it was supposed to take seconds to die and it
proving the
took
good
minutes to die.
reading.
My firing squad method doesn't it's the way. I don't understand.
Yeah, but it goes with the same thing. They're gonna be like, there's gonna be they're gonna have to start paying the mental coverage of all the other people and all that.
Robots,
They'll just give
robots.
you a
Then
It is.
somebody still
pamphlet.
gotta turn on robot. Somebody still gotta
No,
turn
you
it on.
just like hey, give the robot human powers.
All right, ready to
Um,
move on?
yeah, I think we should
Yeah.
actually do the other American one first. Actually,
Wait, is it right after this?
yeah, it's the one that was two for this, two after this. That one there.
All right, CNN brings us this one. 3 U.S. troops killed in drone attack in Jordan, more than 30 injured.
I mean that has gone up to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, numbers are always going to
yeah,
change
yeah.
as you go.
So that's super unfortunate. It is super sad. Three U.S. Americans were killed and more than 30 service members were injured in a drone attack over on a small U.S. outpost. U.S. officials told CNN, marking the first time U.S. troops have been killed in fire.
I don't believe it was an enemy. I think they just couldn't tell what the difference in the people were whenever they were firing.
Nah, well, I think we'll go into that a little bit later in the other story because there's. Let's get rid of. We
We
shall.
got Joe Biden.
We shall respond. President Joe Biden said. Well,
At least he gave 3 words.
the South.
Better than
The
the last
South.
story.
I said it wrong. The South. In South Carolina. The killing of 3 Americans at Tower 22 in Jordan near the border with Syria is a significant escalation of an already precarious
Precarious.
thank you, situation in the Middle East. So, but yeah, it's not good. American, take that. America usually responds, don't you? You guys get YouTube killed, don't you guys usually?
Yeah, pretty
Like,
much.
I guess not. You guys left out.
Well, what do you mean? Afghanistan was 20 years of us
Yeah.
hitting somebody.
I know,
for fun.
but they left and a whole bunch of people died.
No, it was one of the best retreats of all time. Not a whole bunch of people died. I mean, a lot of people wanted it to look bad because Joe Biden was president. I don't understand people. Are you against war or not?
Of course, no.
Then shut the fuck up about.
Yeah.
Then shut the fuck up about like the only stopped war in your lifetime that's gonna happen.
Yeah, well,
Like,
did it really
literally.
stop yet? They just stayed. Yeah.
Yes, we left Afghanistan and Iraq. We're done
You
there.
give it back to ISIS.
It doesn't matter. It was never ours. It doesn't matter who it's back to because it was never ours.
Yeah. So, sadly, 3 people died, and now they're saying 34 in here. But
And 20 years is enough time to start your own freaking government too. Jesus. Somebody had to say it.
ISIS is horrible.
But
Sorry, Jermaine.
We could talk about the opium plantations and what the Afghanistan military was doing instead of setting up an actual government with infrastructure. We could talk about that. They squandered our help, but
Bugs speak everything.
yeah, the poppy farms, the opium plantations, yeah. That was more important to them for some reason. So miss me with the ISIS arguments. Like,
ISIS
I don't care.
Is back in Toronto. I've seen what they're doing. They don't let the girls.
I don't care.
Yeah.
What I do care about is that my president, Mr. Joe Biden here, is saying we're going to respond to, let's read all these things. Iran, Syria, Jordan. Oh, right. We're right back in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Which one are we going to do the next 20-year conflict with? Syria? Is that the
I think
one
it's going to be Iran. I think it's going to be Iran. Because it's not Jordan. It was northwest of Jordan. I don't think it was Jordan.
This says Tower 22 in Jordan, but you mean, like, is this like on the border of Jordan-Syria or something?
Yes, I don't.
Well, it's pretty important distinction where this was hit. Go ahead, Jermaine.
I want to give it the possibility that we still have mercenaries out there. And if you just see a bunch of people with guns trailing, you already know they mercenaries. They don't give a fuck who they kill. They get paid by the body. If they end up killing the wrong people or bombing the wrong people, you know what they do? They're not going to say nothing.
Is it by the body? I thought it would be like by the mission.
It'd be by body. Because you gotta remember.
If the mission involves take out X targets, then yes. But if the mission is, take this building, there's not a certain number of people you need to kill to take a building. So taking the building is what you get paid for. Like, the mercs still act like a military. They don't just point. They don't just point and kill people. They also do other things. Take this vehicle. Capture this convoy. We need the vehicles. I don't care about the dead bodies. I'm going to pay you for every Humvee you bring back.
Yeah, but
at least that's how I pay my mercenaries. I'm not just going to pay you for bodies because then you're just going to go rack up bodies. That ain't helpful.
Yeah, exactly. I guess, yeah. Like, okay, well, what? I get $1 a piece.
But you got to remember how many mercenary
base builder here.
Are there? Oh,
well, and that's the thing. They can't even determine which military group is responsible. They don't even know.
No, I think this was the day of.
There's so many.
I think there's an update, but yeah, I think they said there's been updated. But
It can be
Yeah,
updated because mercenaries are not going to admit they killed U.S. citizens.
this was super early this morning that this article that we've got is, so there's almost certainly some updates, right?
Yeah, but like I said, I don't care. There's too many. We still got people out there. I don't care if they say we pulled out.
Oh no,
There's
no,
oil out there.
we're in Jordan. We have military bases in Jordan.
Yeah, you got military bases everywhere.
I'm talking about
Pretty sure you got
just like
military bases in Egypt. I'm pretty sure you got some.
the mercenary part of it, you know,
Maybe not Iran.
or
But
they're not well. What does the government call them? Contractors or whatever?
depends on.
Instead of mercenaries,
Uh,
contractors.
contractors, yeah. I mean, private
Oh,
contractors, private military contractors. Yeah, that's
yeah,
the
they're not
legal way
gonna.
of hiring mercenaries.
Yeah, they're not gonna admit if they accidentally, misaligned a target. I mean, not a target, but a group of people and all that. They're not really gonna care. Well, they probably care now because they like, oh shit, we hit the wrong people.
So Iran denied involvement on Sunday. So Iran does not deny anything.
Muwafaq Salty Air Base. We spent $143 million for upgrades and expansion of that base in Jordan. Salty Air Base in Azraq. Anyway, sorry, I was just looking at some of our other bases. Like, yeah, the military presence of America is ridiculous.
Okay, so I don't know if this goes into who it was though, but it's Iran. Iran said it wasn't them.
Yeah, Iran denied involvement. Tehran, is that the capital of Iran? I think that's, yeah. So I hate when they do that. They start to reference like the capital. Like, why do that? Just say Iran.
Yeah, because you know what they most people.
Just
I guess,
from the attack.
but yeah,
Because the whole thing
Saskatchewan
is there's
sought
so
to
many
distance itself.
military groups out there. You ain't gonna know because you got all
they
those
like to,
countries
these
in
military
there.
groups love to take blame. They want to be the ones that killed the Americans. Like we did it. They'd be so happy to be, they wouldn't be
Yeah,
bragging.
but how many countries are out there though? You know,
The Islamic Resistance in Iraq, an umbrella group of a number of Iran-backed militias in the country, said in a statement Sunday it attacked a number of targets along the Jordan-Syria border, including Al-Rukban camp. The camp is in close proximity to the U.S. outpost Tower 22. I mean, how about these guys? These guys just said, yeah, we've been bombing that shit.
Yeah,
We've been all over that shit. Like maybe these guys?
Yeah,
Now it says it's an umbrella group, so maybe there's a specific faction within that. Because I don't know what this is. Islamic Resistance of Iraq.
yeah.
a lot of resistance.
Oh no,
But the name resistance, they've got
look, everybody gonna bomb everybody. You already know you in a bombing country. If you wake up in the morning and all you hear is bombs going outside, that means don't go that way. I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry for the people who got hurt and killed or whatever. But if I hear, a military group out there bombing, but they're not aiming at me or anywhere in my area, should I go towards the area that they bombing?
No, probably not. But I don't think they did. This U.S. Tower 22 is like the soldiers were in our tower. They didn't leave the tower and get bombed.
They were
The
sleeping.
tower
So
got
the-
hit.
They were
They
sleeping.
hit the tower with a drone while
Yeah.
they were asleep and killed people in our base. I
I
mean, that's why our president is pissed off, and he said he's going to do something because they killed Americans on what we consider American soil. Our American military bases are American soil to us.
Yeah, no, it doesn't want
Yeah.
just like Nissan in Nashville is Japanese soil.
Well, I don't know about private companies.
No. It's even a fact or whatever. There was an agreement that hypothetically they had it gated in. As soon as you go past there, that's supposed to be
So-
Japanese soil.
We can literally just jump probably right in the next one, which goes right into more of this too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like
Yeah.
there's nothing else about this particular thing here other than this photo here. This is the Tower 22 base.
Well,
In the
did
middle of
drone-
goddamn
like-
nowhere. If you hit this, it's on purpose.
You can't say there's a
Like,
mistake.
so did they bomb it or did the drone crash into
The
it?
drone blew them. We'll read about it in the next story, I believe. But the drone went in and purposely attacked.
Yeah, I don't think you accidentally hurt 40 people.
Yeah.
I think that's an intent just in sheer volume.
So
I would have to look further, but that's intent by sheer volume to me.
So that was at 5:30.
40 injured.
That was at 5:30 this morning. Fast forward.
Now we're at 4 p.m.
4:30 p.m. Had to go on saying it's not seeking war with Iran after Jordan attack.
Okay, well, what about with Jordan or with Syria?
It's just like, okay, yeah, they're yeah, just like that's just a pretty blunt statement. I think it's kind of
Here's our
very
guy.
ironic how we just it's like,
they probably
we're
done
gonna do
figured
something,
out.
right?
No, they probably done figured out.
All those
which
militias
country
are
it
backed
was.
by Iran anyway. I can't say every single one of them, but most of them are backed by.
I don't even
Yeah.
know what you mean by most of those militias in that sentence.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, that's such a vague sentence. Most of those militias. What does that mean?
About what's all the big names of these groups that are attacked.
The names that you get told by the media, which aren't really indicative of most of the groups.
Okay, what are you trying to point out here? That
So you're saying
Iran isn't terrorist? They killed 136 Canadians last year.
No, I'm trying to point out that like the group in the previous article wasn't even one of those. They didn't say Houthis, they didn't say Hamas, they didn't say ISIS, they didn't say Al Qaeda. The names that you say.
Okay, but yes, because there's 100 of them. There's thousands of them. You said umbrella. There's more than just those. But yes, I can't even pronounce those ones. How am I going to pronounce ones that I don't know?
Would it be, since they're not going after it and everything with the war, maybe it was, I can't say that.
Okay, well, again,
you're
right.
Can't
anyway,
say that. But also just saying that Iran backs all of them is kind of a blanket statement that I don't see how you even have any clue about that. Like,
because Iran is
we can name 4 of them, but somehow we know all of them are funded by Iran. Like
in Iran, I guarantee.
Piece that together for me, because that sounds like a Fox News point.
One of the most terrorist group big out there. They killed 130 some odd Canadians. Right? I don't want to say some odd. I should get the right number, but they killed several Canadians last year.
The answer is the media tells you this every chance they get.
That they killed them.
The Iran-backed Houthi, the Iran-backed Hezbollah. Like they'll tell you every
Iran
chance
has
they get
killed Canadians because a plane flew by them and they shot them down and killed them. Iran is a dirty country. They're horrible, horrible people. I don't doubt they friggin' harbor terrorists and fund them, you know? I'm 100% sure they do.
Right. But making the blanket statement that they fund every terrorist group
globally,
most of them even makes no sense.
Yeah, did I say
like? Are they funding them in
You could have
America?
easily took that statement out of proportion. When I said that, like, yes, why would they be funding why would they be funding America?
Well, I knew you were meaning those 4 specific names we hear over and over again, but you were trying to make it sound wider for some reason.
There is more than 4 names, though. There's dozens of terror groups in Iran.
Right, but we can only name 4, and those are the only 4 we know that Iran is backing.
And that's why I said I said more than 4. It's easy to say that. I'm not going to say even if there's 50 of them, I knew all 50. Am I supposed to sit here and list all 50? You know?
Well, knowing that Iran funds them and not knowing their names doesn't sound reasonable to me.
I don't know.
You should at least know the name of an organization before knowing the funder.
Do you know every country America? Do you know every country America funds? Like I know you.
Every country? No, it's most of them. It's a lot of them.
So.
Yeah, but
our foreign spending is insane. I wouldn't pretend to understand it or know it.
Yeah,
that's my argument.
One thing, though. I want to say one thing.
Just one. Go on.
Well, multiple that go into like. You can't also. U.S. also funded some of the militias, where militants at one time.
That's a totally different story. They are definitely help out. Definitely fun.
And then I would also say, it goes with the war, and everybody's gonna, try to go to war. They not agree in. Let's just say, this is not a fact. It's just one of my thoughts. Because Israel also funds some groups too, and everything. If it's just a broad statement of, you never know what, if the U.S. ain't planning to try to, go to war with anybody or, fight something out, it usually is because another country's connected to it too, that is a little bit on an even level.
Yes.
I'm not saying it's true.
I agree. I think I know what you're saying. But yes, we should give the names out to the victims, I guess.
Yeah, but before that, there's something up here. They're still trying to figure out how it happened too.
So maybe it was in this story. So from what I heard,
anti-missiles up and all that. They usually have the anti-missile thing. That's what I'm saying. If it was a drone or whatever, usually the the anti-gun bullshit would usually take it down. Only not planes that are registered with the base.
They thought it was their. Apparently, they thought it was maybe one of their.
So the other thing that I saw up here was that the White House or the Pentagon is suggesting Iran doesn't want a war either. I don't know how they can make that determination, but we certainly don't seek a war, and frankly, don't see Iran wanting to seek a war with the United States.
Frankly, don't see. Yeah,
According to Sabrina Singh from the Pentagon, she's just like, I don't think they want to do a war with us.
Yeah, but the guy,
like, thanks.
oh,
Yeah. I'm just wondering because
but yeah,
what usually happens to when one of the people feel sorry for what they're doing in the country, and then they betray their people. Not saying it happened.
So yes,
But
that's just some guy. But yeah, these are the three that were confirmed killed U.S. military members. Army Reserve Sergeant William Jerome Rivers, Specialist Breonna Alexandria Moffett, and Specialist Kennedy Layden Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this is obviously interesting timing as well.
Yeah.
Not good, regardless.
I can't help but just think about it. Election season kicks off, and then a maybe war question comes up right away.
Yeah.
Is it conspiracy to say that the timing is interesting? Is that?
You know what? A few years ago, I heard stories that everyone says that Trump was going to start a war, so he wouldn't have to leave the White House. Now these were just conspiracy things I saw. Not many, but I saw they're like Trump's going to start a war, and that way he can pull off this war act. Means he doesn't have to vote. I believe. I don't know if that's something. I don't know. But yeah,
probably one of those things that he thought he could do that he couldn't.
But watch. Wouldn't it be ironic if Joe Biden does that? He gets us in a war. He's like, no, what? There's not going to be an election this season. We're too busy. So, and I'm stepping down, and Kamala Harris is now the president of the United States of America. Oh.
And then, we were in a war for 23 years, and they still elected people. So I don't know where.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to take it to that extent of somebody using a war to stay in power. I was more like going with the Bush method, which worked.
Yeah.
Get yourself into a war so you can get 2 terms.
Some people said Biden would gain support if he gets a war going. Apparently, not going. But
the incentives are lining up for him to not stop it.
Yeah.
Right. He's incentivized pretty heavily to make it just have it happen.
Like for American, right? Once you guys found out exactly who did it, for you not to strike back would destroy the American army. Not destroy it, but make you guys look so weak, right?
I don't know. That previous one said we've been attacked 160 times since the start of the Gaza war.
Yeah, but no one's ever died. So first time someone's died. The difference,
160 strikes, you got to strike back, right?
But that's the thing, though. Just because people are like, whatever, you missed. Whatever. Ha, good try. Right, better luck next time. Oh, shit. You're right, they should have put up with it, but now that someone finally got hurt,
Were they riding? Are they saying they got the base got attacked, or did they get attacked?
The base was attacked when they were sleeping by a single drone.
Not this time. No, I'm not talking about this time. I'm talking about the other times, the 160 times, were they outside?
I don't know.
I'm sure sometimes. I guarantee one time someone's been outside. So
because they can count that somebody did not obey their orders, just like the cops. You don't obey my orders. You acting like a threat, but the people don't speak English, most likely. So you're just yelling at the person. The person gonna freak out.
But yeah. Anyway,
So the United States has already retaliated in Iraq, Syria, and Yemen in response to previous attacks by Iran-backed groups. So yeah, it won't be the first time we strike back and it doesn't start a war. So
yeah,
does that do anything for you?
But I don't know. This time somebody says send it to death. I don't know. Hey.
No, I mean we'll retaliate, and they won't be able to declare war on us because we are still America.
I guess that'd be because they know that'd be the biggest.
We're number one.
Yeah. Fuck you too.
You looking at this, everyone? Hey,
Well, I'm number 2,
Canadian
okay?
Maple Leafs
No.
and chat over
Um,
there.
but
But no, like we really will attack back, and
again,
they
I
won't.
don't want war, but this like everything's looking everywhere, every corner of the I don't corner. That's so silly to say about the world, but every surface of the world you look at right now, there's conflict. Everywhere you look right now, there is conflict somewhere. No, even in
I don't
your
know. There's
home
no
country,
conflict on American soil, and hasn't
yeah,
been
Texas
since
at the National
World War.
Guard and America and the Senate and Joe Biden's. All right, that's rising. That's getting bigger conflict. We're not going to talk about it tonight, but that's getting a rise of conflict.
Look here. That governor just don't know. They don't
Oh,
serve
wait, you
him.
talking about the Texas thing
Yeah,
again?
just saying
Oh, dude,
that
I
is
got a video I need
conflict,
to send
but
you.
that is conflict on your ground. So
Not really. I got a video I should send you. It's
Okay.
that whole thing is theater. It's not real conflict. It's theatrics. A half
You
a
know
mile
what,
away from
Biden
Eagle
say?
Pass, there's a place you could walk in and out freely.
yeah, they showed that. We saw that video. Showed it. The bridge,
You
right?
know
So,
what Biden
No,
can
a
be
half
like,
a mile away
I'm
from the
calling
bridge.
the state. No, Biden can sit there and say that he's gonna call the Texas people to war, and they can't say nothing.
what do
They
you
can't
mean?
do nothing and be like the National Guard. He can
Yes,
enforce the National
I.
Guard to follow
But I
him.
think the states can overturn it. I'm pretty sure they can. So, because the states,
No,
No, the
yeah,
president is the top military person in our country.
but I don't think he can take over the state National Guard.
yes, he can.
He is the head of the
Yeah.
military.
You
Yes.
That is,
never what was that? The last single survivor or whatever.
it's kind of crazy, but the president is the top military commander.
Yeah, he
And
can
they
pull
have to
them
give him
from
those
everywhere.
powers because of emergencies. If someone were to attack us, somebody has to have the authority to retaliate, defend us. And they can't wait for Congress to make a choice. So,
Yeah, he can just call it up and be like, I would be calling all. I don't know if he has to use all
now
National
the thing
Guard.
is with these kind of places, Iran, Iraq, Syria, Yemen, any of these places, if we strike them, they're not going to be able to come do a war with us. And if all we're doing is just striking them, we're not starting a war there either. It's if we start using words like invasion, like we did with Iraq and Afghanistan.
Yeah.
We decided they needed to be invaded. We had to do an invasion. Okay, when you start to hear those words, that's when a war is starting. This is not going to be a war. This is going to be us doing some military stuff, funsies, having a good old time.
There's more conflict in the world that going on crazy right
Yeah. Conflict that won't technically be war,
now. Well,
but definitely conflict. It looks a hell of a lot like war.
I guess how I guess how do you define war, right?
It's war without the
oh,
declaration.
yeah, so
America
Yeah.
loves being at war without a declaration.
that
Yeah,
way
they'd be like,
that
well,
way they can't say they lost. They're like,
Yeah.
well, it wasn't a war, so we didn't lose.
Hey, British Prime Minister is saying to Iran to, hey, calm down, de-escalate, buddy. So thanks a lot, UK. You helped us. Yeah. Now go back to doing nothing.
Let's move on here
Heck
and see
yeah.
what else we have today.
Yeah.
We haven't gone that far yet.
And it's always unfortunate to lose American lives, but I don't see this turning into a war.
Hope not.
yeah.
Is the only good takeaway. I don't, but I could be wrong. A lot of people were wrong about there were people thinking that there was no way Russia would go to war with Ukraine, and then they did. So there were tons of people saying that before it, and
Hey, but look, Ukraine is still holding out.
they
With
are, but
with some odd missiles, with some odd missiles,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
drones and stuff.
Before we move on, Blue
Some
just
of-
said something in chat. She said, I think people are starting to realize that government is a bit of a joke, so they are trying to create reasons. War is a good reason. Exactly. That'll bring America together. That'll make us
I don't
one.
know. I'll be sitting at home. I'll be sitting at home. I don't know about
How old are
it.
you?
I'm 30.
Okay, so when can you not be drafted?
Oh, they ain't about to draft me.
So yeah, that's
I got papers, okay?
so
Oh, you want to know the
you
max
can
age
cook.
for
You can
the
cook,
draft?
so you can mop a floor. Like, you don't want to go to war? Sure. Here's a mop bucket. 65?
There is no upper limit. apparently.
99. No, geez, that's crazy.
The Selective Service Act of 1940 was ages 18 to 64.
Yeah, but you know
Okay.
how many military people we paying right now? That's why they got. That's also why we got the National Guard now, so they can go
In
on over.
1948, that was changed to 19 to 26 years old. So, yeah, that was necessary for World War. Right after the World War, we went back to a reasonable 1926. But during wartime, yeah, you ain't safe. You gotta be like 70 plus. Even that, I don't know.
So,
If the commander in
Nuh-uh.
chief guy is 80, you can have 80-year-olds on the field, right?
from the CTV News, payouts coming for hundreds of Albertan health workers impacted by COVID-19 vaccine. So yeah, Alberta let go a whole bunch of nurses and doctors who didn't want to comply with shot they're forcing, and then they complained that they didn't have enough workers. But yeah, yeah. So that's the rest of it. But yeah, this week 696 Alberta Health Services on Alberta Press. God, Chris, can you take it, Dustin?
Alberta Precision Laboratories employees are set to be paid out, with some receiving as much as $5,000
Yeah.
for their pandemic labor interruption.
Yeah. So yeah, so they fired a whole bunch of people and they brought them back. Yeah, they needed them. So I personally think this is great news. They had no right.
How much money they saved though?
They probably didn't save any money. It's probably nowhere near enough, but it doesn't matter.
How long were they fired? That's my question.
I don't remember, but more than $5,000. Most nurses make more than $5,000 a month. Actually, I don't know that for sure, but I just know my one friend's wife, but she does work like 12-hour days, 5 days a week, but she makes pretty.
Yeah, but is that like a nursing home place?
No, it's a emergency, non-emergency.
So it looks like they're given $5,000 if you were forced to have a workplace leave. You got fired. That's a nice way of saying that
because
shit.
they call it a
And then
choice.
they'll also, if you had to pay for any tests or anything, they'll compensate that too.
Yes,
But
exactly.
my question is, how long were they fired? I want to see if these people
and a lot of them,
made
a lot of
money.
them, a lot of them had found other jobs. A lot of them didn't want to return. How would you feel?
Right,
You're out there
and-
saving people's lives. You got the mask on. You're taking the test daily and all that. Make sure you don't have COVID.
On an unpaid leave.
And then they're trying to get you to get this shot that they didn't really do 100% testing on, and they didn't know for sure. And people's choice got them fired, which people were consequences, which I with, but
What put on unpaid leave? Yeah, I'm sorry to say this, but if they did it for a year, they made money.
what do you mean?
Well, yeah, $5,000 does not cover a year.
No, that's a month. That's like a month.
Right. I think that's why he's saying like they made money, right? Because this 5,000 ain't gonna cover it, is it?
Who made money though?
That's 3 months tops.
No, that's like no.
The company made money.
Laying those people off and then paying 5,000 is cheaper than having kept them on.
No, it wouldn't because I guess.
How many months was it? How many months versus the $5,000 is the thing they'll tell us.
But that's probably because my friend was making more money because she did get the shot. She was working so much hours that she was getting. Some of these nurses cleared hundreds of thousands of dollars over the pandemic.
Exactly. That's why. Exactly. That's why I'm trying to figure out
Right.
how much.
So instead of giving hundreds of thousands of dollars to that nurse, they're about to give her 5,000.
No, they would have been able to pay less.
That's a negative 95,000 for the company.
They had to pay these nurses double time and a half. So the nurses.
No, this is forced into workplace leaves. They didn't work.
But the other people who were taking care of their shifts because they had no one to work, these people were working overtime, which you pay more for overtime. So that's why some of these nurses are making bank. Anyway, that does have nothing to do with this. They still fired people because and $5,000 was nowhere near enough.
Here, scroll down real quick, because I'm pretty sure it said how much they say. I'm gonna put this out. They saved over about $2 million, and then they only had to pay out. How many people they had to pay out?
1,650 people.
Yeah. Okay, but then they laid off. What it say? Like 600 that they have to pay $5,000 to. They made money off that move. No matter what,
Maybe.
they made money.
Well, they're saying 1,650 were put on unpaid leave, so that's the number of people they'll have to do the 5,000
But
amount
No, but
to.
go back up. Go back up real quick. I'm pretty sure up there it said a number of how many people are eligible for it. I
More than
thought,
1,000
yeah,
grievances. That the more than 1,000 is
no, no, no,
1,650.
no, right there.
Uh,
S- That's how many.
696 are set to be paid out.
Yeah,
So what's the difference then? That's just how many are being paid this week? Is that
maybe,
all that
yeah,
is? Because we're
maybe.
seeing a 1,650 or a 1,000 plus total. I'm assuming they're just not paying them all out all at once.
Oh yeah, because they're probably fighting lots of them, right? Case by case thing.
yeah,
Right?
Maybe.
because it
Hey.
goes. That's what I'm saying. They still made money. The people may want more
Yeah,
money.
so I was wrong.
They ain't
Yeah,
gonna
so
get no more money.
Blue just said my sister, her sister made 142K in 2022, and a lot of that was overtime. The government made huge bucks over there. So I guess yeah. But so,
Yeah, the company made money. I'm sorry to say that,
Yeah,
but
I
that
mean,
company.
and companies take that calculation in America, you know?
what's Canada?
They calculate how much a lawsuit's going to be and if it's worth it. And
Well,
if not, they don't
At this
do
time,
things.
they really thought they were going to get away with it. They probably thought they weren't going to have to do anything.
And yeah, she also says
No.
they were still extremely short-staffed. I definitely agree. Hospitals were short-staffed pretty much everywhere.
Yeah,
And then
because
the TikTok dancing videos came out, and then it's like, huh, okay.
yeah, they saved a couple of millions of dollars. But that fact,
Well,
that was a
it was a horrible
strategic
thing.
move.
Like, I don't know.
I mean, to the people, it's horrible.
No, that's
I
right.
ain't gonna say that.
Yeah, they
You
don't.
know,
And
it
everything is
ain't
about money. No
horrible.
matter what, everything is about money. It comes down to money, no matter. Even when we call it free healthcare, it's not really like we pay a lot for it. It's insane. And now they're trying to rebuild it. They want people to come back, but nobody wants to go work for them. Like a lot of these good nurses have other jobs now, and they will never go back to it.
Yeah, it's traveling nurses. That's the difference. The traveling nurses.
Sorry. When you say good nurses, it makes me laugh because they don't have a medical degree.
How many people?
Yeah, but still,
Here,
nurses are
scroll
still.
back down a little.
Actually, you have to go to
How
college.
many
You still have to go to
people
school to
got laid
become a
off all
nurse.
at once?
You can't just,
It's actually a certification. It's not. It's
It's
not like
nurses.
it's nurse's certification. My mom is a certified nurse, registered. Previously, she let her qualification slip. You have to keep paying every year to stay as a registered nurse.
okay,
It's a scam.
but yeah,
But anyways, yeah.
but still, it's still something that they do. Regardless, it's at least
Oh no, you don't want to know how much they saved.
Oh, how much the healthcare industry saved by laying people off?
Yeah,
I don't know, probably tons.
Now is this just Alberta? Or is this
200
worldwide?
million. No, on this one,
Yeah.
200 million technically. Because if they were supposed to pay them 142, I mean, $142,000.
Hey, yeah.
But that's with overtime, so you can't take that number into fact. I'd say,
No, if they were still understaffed, because they're always going to be understaffed.
but they
It's
would have been.
medical.
Yeah. I don't think they would have been that bad.
I
Yes.
know, but still, technically, let's just bring it down to maybe. See, some nurses make about 70, I would say.
Yes, I'd.
Let's see.
Which for certification, like that's pretty good pay. Gee.
70 times.
Maybe I'm way off on that too. I don't know.
It's still they saved about $100 million.
Yeah, so made a lot. Made of money. They made a lot.
So would they do it again?
Probably they will do it again.
Fuck yes, they would.
Oh, yeah, right around.
Absolutely.
It's coming
Now,
around, right?
the other thing I notice here, this is using a word I like, union. The reason that these employees are able to actually argue with their bosses and get compensated for something that was wrongly done by their employer, and why none of the other people who got fucked over in the pandemic can do shit, because of union.
Like myself.
This is a union company. This is why they were able to do anything.
I had a job for almost 12 years. 12 years, and because I didn't get the vaccine, the shot, I won't even call it a vaccine, it was a shot. Yeah, they get out. You get out. I'm like, see ya.
Yeah.
I know I'm not gonna lie, that was the
Guess how
best thing,
much they
but
have
that
to
was the
pay out,
best thing
though?
that's ever happened to me in my life. So I'm not even upset about it. So,
Guess how much they have to pay out though?
60 million.
No, $3.5 million,
Nothing.
and
Pennies.
they made about 100 off of that. Well, 115 off of it. So you subtract that, so they made about 12. Well, not 12, about 11.
That's great. No, that's a good union story I like to hear because yeah, a lot of those nurses lost it. Nurse reached out to me one time out of nowhere. She lost her job. Talked to me on Facebook and lost her job because she didn't before. Boom, she got something to say, Dustin?
No, I was reading what Blue said in chat, so
Oh,
it made me want to look up the unionization rates of Canada and America.
What is it?
Oh. I didn't realize the test was coming in. Let me reopen it.
You said, I don't know, I thought you brought up. Anyway, years ago when I worked at a Walmart, now this is going back 17 years ago, we printed a whole bunch of union forms. We started passing around at Walmart. They threatened to fire us all. They were
It's
not
Walmart. There ain't no such thing as unions, okay?
Yeah, they were very upset.
And then you did what?
I was 18.
Nothing?
I was smoking
They
weed
did
all
blatant
day long,
union busting and you let them do it and walked
guess,
away and said you took it like a bitch?
We did it as a joke though.
That's what I'm hearing is you tried to unionize. They came in and blatantly said union busting things and you walked away.
No, they just
Why?
handed up. We just handed
You
up
should have
papers
reported
everywhere.
it and got some money.
Report it. Get them on freaking camera saying that shit.
17 years ago. Yes, I carried my iPhone in my pocket back then. Okay.
Past Jeff, go do your
Mike,
go do your damn
what
job.
What the fuck? I didn't even have Facebook back then. Okay. Like at Nexopia.
Right.
I had Nexopia. You remember Nexopia?
All I can say is that company made money off of it, no matter which way they would have done it.
So 29% unionization rate in Canada as of 2022. 29%. America's at 10% right now and dropping.
Yeah.
We're at 10% and dropping. We used to be 80+%. Like 40 years ago, it was over 80% unionization. What the hell happened?
Yeah.
And so all the people in America kind of got screwed over by their employer. And there's nothing you could do about it. That was it.
And they're now requiring there's so many people have to work in one place before a union can come through.
Mm-hmm.
So they usually keep it under about 100.
102.
About they keep it under a certain amount. So you can't do nothing about it.
Oh, breaking news. Now they're speaking with the parents of one of the soldiers that was killed in the drone attack. That's not really breaking news. We already covered that. That's all right. Next up, CNN brings us this one. The Boys actress Erin Moriarty leaves Instagram because of verbal abuse after Megyn Kelly's comments. Pretty bad when you have to leave Instagram. Megyn Kelly.
I know the name Megyn Kelly, but I don't know.
Or do you mean Erin?
I don't know. Yeah, I know the name Megyn Kelly, but I don't know Erin.
Well, she's an actress from The Boys. I literally just used this actress from The Boys. Right here.
Yeah.
She's the one on the left. Megyn Kelly's on the right. So she's Starfire. No, that's not right.
Her acting was mid.
Starfire, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was. But her
Starlight
acting was mid. Oh,
yes, Starlight. Yeah. Her acting wasn't great. It's the reasons I watched the show and liked The Boys isn't really her. Is all the other people in it are really great.
Yeah, her acting was mid. I would have took.
But she's also got a I don't know. Her role is she's the newcomer to the superhero organization, so she's the young up and comer new hero, naive.
Yeah, they basically left her out the storyline recently. Like nobody wanted to talk about no Starlight.
So Megyn Kelly, the other one, I don't know who Megyn Kelly is. I assume Fox. Probably Fox News. Sirius XM, sure. Probably former Fox News host and went to Sirius. Yeah. Maybe.
I thought she was an actress at one time. She looked like somebody I'd have seen in a movie or two.
Maybe. Like I see the name Megyn Kelly and I feel like I should know who it is, but also at the same time probably shouldn't.
Like I said, it was mid. I would ask them to recast it if they had to do a reset of it.
I don't want them to recast her. I mean, I like continuity though.
Killer.
So, anyways,
They're killing everybody else.
well, it's the kind of superhero show where they can kill people off.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see if we can find this comment in here. All right, so here it is. Kelly said she has not watched The Boys. So wait, Megyn Kelly hasn't watched The Boys but wants to talk about this. Okay, that's all right. So she said the actress, quote, decided to completely change her face. Apparently it's real. She's done this to herself. I assume at that
What'd
point
she
she has
do? Make
photos.
herself look younger or something?
So in her statement, Moriarty said Kelly used one photo that was taken, quote, over a decade ago. So a super young Erin Moriarty. And the second photo was taken at an event where she had her makeup applied professionally with, quote, major contouring. Okay, so she put up two photos that like were not a real good comparison. People look different after 20 years, kind of thing, you know?
Oh wait, it
Or
says former Fox News journalist. Okay.
hey, I nailed it. Former Fox News journalist. I got it.
Well, I'm about to go get a job at Fox News, y'all. It was good. I'm gonna get my own XM radio show.
Yeah. There's no excuse for these horrific allegations. The verbal abuse that I've had to delete and genuinely false information that is being used to perpetuate that message that is exhibitionist feminism? What? Did
They got all these new
anybody understand that shit? What did I just read?
No, all these new terms.
I understood the first part. There's no excuse for these horrific allegations. Although the allegation is you changed your face, right?
Yeah, like Facetune or not
Hmm.
Facetune, but had a little bit of work done. Put it that way. Maybe.
So CNN reached out for a representative from Moriarty, and no comment. So she's gonna take her ball and quit because Megyn Kelly said mean things.
Yeah.
But really, that's all she said. Decided to completely change her face. Apparently, it's real. She's done this herself. And I've seen the side-by-side picture that they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find it.
Oh no. For sure.
Look around, make sure there's no random porn on the link. Pretty close. Oh wait, this isn't even it. You know?
Don't let me.
Anyway.
But basically, it looks like her face turned plastic, basically.
It has a little bit.
Well, it hasn't, though. That's the thing. She's now being harassed as though that's true, and it's not true.
I missed the article.
And so you just added to what Megyn Kelly basically said.
I missed the article.
She pulled up the yeah. Well, you came back, and we really hadn't covered anything, so you haven't missed anything, really.
Missed everything.
There's been nothing.
Then there you go.
Look,
so
you've heard it all since you've come back. She said this sentence. She changed her face completely.
I didn't know. I wasn't here for that part. I didn't see that part.
I saw you come back. Anyways, that's all that was said.
Later.
So that's all that she said, and now the other girl quit. She's like, I'm done. You can't say things about me. I quit. So
also, you know, the PR people have to clean it up because that new season's about to come out.
Well, yeah, this is about to drop, right? This is good timing, right? Is Megyn Kelly just trying to help get some advertising up?
I might watch it now. Heard of it? Watch it though. I've seen bits and pieces.
Yeah, like that's why I can't. What was it? Was that Gen Z went a little bit too far sometimes on there about stuff. I'm like,
what is Gen Z?
No, Gen
under 20
Z or V. I think it was Gen V or whatever.
Wait, under what? What did you say?
24 to like 12, I think.
This says ages 23 to 38. I guess. Oh no, that's millennial.
Millennial.
And then Gen Z is everyone after that.
And then the Alpha.
All right.
Remember, because we did that story with that kid, like, I'm Generation Alpha, and we're gonna take over or something. I'm like,
who decides when a generation starts?
I don't know. I've looked this up, but this isn't.
I don't feel like
I don't think we should look into it right now because I have, and I never found an answer.
Is it by year amount?
From Kotoko, Kotoko, 29 days into 2004, and 6,000 plus video game layoffs have been in.
Damn.
Microsoft recently announced 1,900 layoffs across Xbox, Activision, Blizzard, and ZeniMax.
Yeah, welcome to 2024. You're fired.
Yeah, we got AI to do it. See ya. Right? Is that it? I'm not sure.
No, they're gonna wind down.
So no, this
games
article actually
like that.
kind of goes through all of them. Archaeact, they don't know how many. Boston Studios, 19 people. Unity, 1,800 people.
Wow.
Twitch, we talked about this
Yeah, we
one,
talked about
remember?
Twitch, yeah.
500 people. Playtika, 300 to 400 people. Discord.
Clyde
I
was
didn't know
one of
Discord
those.
had people. Clyde was one of those.
Yeah.
169 people plus Clyde. Lost Boys Interactive. I don't know what that is. Fun Selector. Don't know what that is. Poll to Win. Thunderful. 20% of their staff. You're out.
Well, they're
Pixelberry. Don't know. NetSpeed.
They lost their jobs. Darn. Yeah. So.
It may be it's about time to release a game, and then they had to cut the staff because they use all that money up.
Maybe, but some of these don't even have a game you've ever heard of. Com2US.
Yeah.
A 2-digit number of people.
2-digit number. 2-digit. Yeah. Could be 99. Could be 99.
That could be 99. It could be 10. It could be 10. It could be 99.
Could be 01.
Their most popular game is Summoner's War. Have you heard of that one? It's a phone crack.
Hey, so.
Oh, they're taking their money and running. Okay, they're taking their money and running. They made $1 billion off that bitch.
Yeah, Riot Games. Hey, there's one you've heard of at least.
530 people.
League of Legends, Valorant. Yeah, that's pretty big numbers. Well, the bigger the name of the company, I'm noticing the bigger the number of people.
Yeah, because they have more people.
Player mission.
So
people can fly.
Shitty time to be a game inventor.
Microsoft, 1,900 people. Well, yeah, this is like they tell you to just get into tech, but like, look at this.
Yeah, there's like the tech's the future. The tech's the future. Kids spend thousands of dollars at college and university. You best go back to flipping burgers. Which soon the robots will do that too. So you're screwed. You know, like.
No, they're probably cutting because it's either close to the release date of a game or they're in the final stages of games.
Or they're realizing that. Or Rockstar made a point. He's like, we should charge per hour. They're not making enough money, so they have to fire people. Because Rockstar's like, not Rockstar. Somebody at Rockstar. Say Rockstar. Somebody at Rockstar said, I'm paraphrasing, you should be charged per hour for the game, not you're getting entertained.
Fuck that.
Yeah. He didn't say just Grand Theft Auto in general. He said games in general. So.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
But they want everything to be a subscription service, so.
Yeah. They want print and paper to be prescription.
But no, Rockstar.
Prescription, yeah. I changed it, don't worry.
Years before releasing a game, but also all the add-ons, that's a DLC or whatever. So if they want to charge for the DLCs, I would understand that. Because they constantly just keep on making DLCs.
Look, as long as they don't pull what they just did on Final Fantasy 15, they took a game, they made the game, and then they took it was a 13-chapter game, and they went and took chapter 12 and said, that's DLC actually, and took it out, and then released the game. And then a month later said, we have DLC, you guys want to play chapter 12? It's right between chapter 11 and 13, you're going to need to know what happened. Gladius just runs away. You need to know what happened to Gladius, right? Please pay me.
From Gizmodo. Ghostbusters.
That's literally what they did.
Frozen Empire's new trailer. That's Ghostbusters. What?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, you started reading that without knowing what the hell you were reading. I was going to give it some preamble, but...
Do some praying.
There you go. So, Ghostbusters is making a sequel. You guys heard about it?
No, just
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire?
Just leave it alone.
They should have left it rolling after Dan Aykroyd.
So, do you guys remember the first movie at all?
Yeah.
The lady that answers the phone at the Ghostbuster station?
Vaguely, yes.
Yeah. Well, apparently, she's well known for her nasally voice, but also saying, "What do you want?" So she says that again in the new trailer. That's why this title is what it is. For those who know Ghostbusters, this made sense.
So they're remaking the. Okay, yeah. Well,
This title made sense to Ghostbusters fans. You
yes,
clearly aren't.
I watched a Dan Aykroyd
Yeah.
one, and I liked it, but I'd never watched it.
I think Dan Aykroyd might be in this one.
Really?
Well, there's that lady. Because they're getting a bunch of old people to come back to it.
Well, because the last one
It's gonna be like Groundhog Day, and it's literally just gonna be the original movie played over.
It didn't really start with
one
Star
did
Wars.
flop.
But Ghostbusters Frozen Empire has what I describe as a Force Awakens ass trailer.
Ass trailer. Horrible. I
Yeah.
try to watch it new. I think there's two new Ghostbusters. It must be, right? I don't know. But there's a few other ones
The
out there.
last one was a
I
flop.
can't watch. They're just not good. Can't even get into it.
So what they mean by an ass trailer is a minimal suggestion of what the movie's actual plot is, and a lot of familiar faces suiting back up, and everyone else reminding us they know about the specific Ghostbusters thing you also know about, which is what I just did to you.
I don't know.
Get wrecked.
Yeah.
but yeah, I watched the trailer, and it's like, I guess there's a king of all ghosts, or a ghost that's gonna make a ghost army, and it's the end of the world. There's a sky beam, literally. You know how there's sky beams in all the new movies.
Wasn't that in the first one?
Look, this is going to be the sky beam that the ghost army comes in from, and so they need to bring Bill Murray back, because how are you going to fight a ghost army without the original Ghostbusters, right? So that's the plot, literally. I don't think. Are we legally allowed to watch it?
I don't want to watch. No, let's not watch it.
So it's got Paul Rudd and Stranger Things kid in it too.
Yeah, and that other kid's
What
been
you're
in a
telling
movie
me
too. I
is
think
they're making the first one over again.
I wouldn't say they're making the first one over again. What do you mean? The first one didn't have an army of ghosts. It was Gozer. It was a single demon that they went and fought on a rooftop and shit, right?
I know, but he was supposed to be the king, wasn't he?
Well, there was no army of ghosts. This feels like a Marvel Cinematic Universe moment is what they're about to do with this.
They didn't see the ghosts the first time. No?
What do you mean?
They're ghosts.
They definitely saw the lady at the end. They definitely saw her.
I'm just saying, because wasn't the woman supposed to get married to the king at the end? That's why she was all tied up in that shit.
All right. So we can't play the whole thing.
Yeah.
But there's this. Where's this part? Yeah, here it is. There's this really awkward part with Paul Rudd. I assume you guys at least know the song, Ghostbusters song.
Yeah. We're the Ghostbusters. Can I tell you something else? What? Bustin' makes me feel good. It makes me feel good.
Bustin' makes him feel good.
Yep. Of course, they had to put that in there. What the frig? They just have to ruin everything.
So what you're saying is it's gonna be corny.
It's gonna be incredibly corny and have Bill Murray.
I'll probably pass until it comes out on streaming service.
Wait. Oh yeah, it is his time.
March 22.
Yeah. So he's about to be in every goddamn movie any fucking way. It's his time to shine for the next year.
What do you mean? Why?
No, because every superstar they get in every movie for about a year, hypothetically.
Are you talking about Bill Murray or Paul Rudd?
Paul Rudd.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say Bill Murray's old. I don't expect to see him in anything else. But yeah, Paul Rudd for sure. I agree.
He's gonna do a whole year.
He's probably in 2 different Marvel movies this year too.
Yeah,
at least 2.
Always, you already know it's always play it until I don't get paid no more.
Mm-hmm.
And then after you don't get paid no more, you just oh fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Paul Rudd's got plenty of money. You locked in LFG? What's that?
Are they gonna bring?
Go. That's effing go.
Oh,
watching, yeah.
I thought he was looking for a group of babies.
Watching
or something.
Or they are watching.
Oh, I'm over here trying to figure out. Look here.
All right, so that was our entertainment news. There's Ghostbusters coming out, and it's gonna suck. All right, moving on.
From AP News. Woman committed to mental institution in Slender Man attack again requests peace. Now this is a story dating back 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Her
You guys
and
know
her
Slender
friend,
Man, right?
were like 12 at the time. Of course, another friend in the woods and tried to kill her. They didn't, but they did it for Slender Man.
Yeah, that's what they told police. They're like, Slender Man told me I had to do it or something.
Yeah, lock him up. That's probably a good idea. Like,
So they've been in Winnebago Mental Health Institute.
Yeah.
I guess, is that right?
They're guilty.
yeah, they are
I can't
guilty.
pretend.
Yeah,
Look.
but she's crazy. But yeah, this happened back in 2014.
She's now 21.
Yeah, so she was 11 at the time. Holy moly!
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
There's.
Sorry, Jermaine.
Just leave her in there.
Well, no, like
this says conditional release. So what are the conditions? I mean,
on her meds. That's probably it. So
look, I need to see these conditions to say whether or not a crazy person should be back out in the streets. It's only been how many years? You said 9 years. It's only been
10, going on 10. Yeah, so.
10 years. That I don't know.
But yeah, they lured 6th grade Peyton to a park and after a sleepover. They guy or sir stabbed her repeatedly. Well, can't even pronounce it. But yeah, one was doing the stab, the other urged her on. That's fucking. That is.
Are we sure they didn't both stab her? I mean, was it really?
I think the truth would have came out by now, but maybe.
Okay. Weird. There's too many vows in a row there.
Yeah. The girl's left her for dead, but she crawled onto a bike path and was found by a passerby. That takes amazing strength. Imagine being stabbed and.
So wait, did she survive?
Yeah, she's alive. She lived.
Okay.
So she crawled to a bike path.
Yeah, leave their ass up in there before they find her and try to stab her again.
She pled guilty to attempted second-degree murder.
Why did they let the second one out? What did she say, Slender Man?
The other one is out. This was the one who just was verbal. It is out on conditional release. The condition is apparently living with her father and wearing a GPS monitor.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, she had to cut a deal or something. So
well, I mean, if there's, because don't they usually throw the same thing at both of them? It doesn't matter that one person pulled the trigger. It's like if you were there and a trigger was pulled.
Then. But yeah, who knows?
Yeah. So
maybe
she had
the
to
one
cut
that did this. I don't know. Yeah.
She probably threw her friend under the bus.
Because the thing is, like, if she was urging on, she could have been like the Charles Manson. It's a lot of people do a lot of crime, right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
He was never found guilty of convincing somebody to do a crime.
Yeah, no, but.
Go look at his charges. They don't say convincing somebody to do a crime.
Actually, I just found the book Helter Skelter the other day.
I've read it extensively on Manson.
Yeah.
His conviction is very arguably wrong.
Yeah, so he's not ever gonna.
Like, it's ridiculous that it is.
He's still alive too, isn't he? Pretty sure.
And it's because they did a terrible job collecting evidence at the ranch, in my opinion. He is dead to rights because he left evidence of a murder he did by his own hand there, but they didn't find it. But anyways.
But yeah. So don't be crazy. Don't stab people. Not gonna lie.
Unless you can get away with it.
So that means she spent half her life in a mental. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll see.
I mean, at some point they will release this person, though. I mean, that will happen.
They have to, right? Yeah. Then they put her
and there's going to be a segment of people that are going to freak out no matter what.
Put her on conditions and make sure it's all good.
Look, I think at this point, you committed this act as a child, and you're now 21. You're finally of an age where you might be able to, not act like a child. This is probably the right time for conditional release, in my opinion.
Some hope. Got a lot of help years and.
Well, exactly. And those are the conditions I've got in mind. Everything you're listing is conditions. And if you don't do those things, you go back, right? That's otherwise, I mean, is this person just never getting out is the other option. I don't believe in the never get out option. So
yeah,
conditional sounds fine.
But there must be a reason they're keeping her in other than not the girl. Right? So maybe that's why there's more to the story. Maybe the other girl served her time. It's like, oh, she's not a threat anymore. But let's make sure she keeps.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna look at the other person as a reason, I thought we already did. It's like she was witness for the state.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they get
that alone gets you a different charge and lower plea.
Like, I don't know.
Being compliant with the state and throwing somebody else under the bus for them, that's reason enough.
But they were both crazy.
But also, yeah, they're both crazy. But one person did the stabbing, so it's pretty also easy to argue. Hey, I didn't actually do the stabbing, and I'm going to be your witness. Can I get a lighter sentence? Oh, we got a baby. I see a baby. I see that. It's not quite like a cat running by.
Jermaine's got a little.
Yeah.
Something's
He's got
more important than a podcast. 100%.
Oh, he gave us a be right back too. I'm sure there's some crying going on.
Yeah.
The little kid heard about Slender Man and freaked out.
Well, unfortunately,
like half of a person's life, I feel like that's got to be enough to like give him a shot.
Yeah, she didn't.
I'm willing to give her a shot.
Yeah. Well, under strict conditions. She has to live in a halfway house for a while. She has to be home. She has to check in. Yeah.
But this says they petitioned. Have they denied it yet, or is it still up in the air? The judge has set a scheduling conference on the request for Monday.
Yeah.
So hopefully, and this article was as of Friday, so hopefully we can find something out.
Here, give me.
Is there an update? I guess you could look for, what was her name? Morgan Geyser?
So yeah, it says seeking release here still. Okay, yeah, Slender Man T to be released. No, that's from
to be.
Wait, no, that's from September 21. So that's the other one.
That's the other maybe release.
Yeah,
that was.
So I do not see an updated on there. Yeah, wait. Just keep saying she wants out. She wants out. She wants out.
Yeah.
She stabbed the other girl 19 times. But yeah, it doesn't say she's out yet, so I'm sure there's gonna be more to it too. We'll look into it a little bit more.
She could have said that. What would you say? They could have said that it was her idea. That's why she's getting more time. And the other girl's over there like, oh no, she's the one who did it.
She encouraged it.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure she's the one that came up with the idea. Oh, Slender Man may be out there. We can go talk to him or something.
And the other girl was released 3 years ago. So the other girl spent like what, 7, 8 years? Yeah, so
okay.
They both spent some time getting some mental treatment.
For me or for him?
For you, because you're gonna ask for me?
For all y'all.
You gonna watch him start to change the
bill? All right. We got one more story left here.
Yeah,
Another one from AP News. A Russian man who flew on Los Angeles flight without passport or ticket found guilty of being stowaway. That's a crime? You can't do that?
Well, I guess not. So.
How did he make it on to a plane in America without these things? This is like impossible, isn't it?
I guess not. Stowaway. So how did he get in the stowaway? That's what we've got to figure out, right?
Well, guilty of being a stowaway. I mean, there's not like a place called the Stowaway. You could stow away under in like where they keep your bags and stuff.
Yeah,
maybe
that's what I think stowaway would be, unless you're talking about the uppercase. That doesn't make maybe. So maybe somehow he hid somewhere. Maybe he hid in the bathroom or something. He crawled up in the friggin'. But they would have found him with I don't know.
So okay, he was flying from Denmark, so that's part of the how. Yeah. Okay, if it was from Los Angeles to Denmark, totally different story. You're not stowing away from America. It had to be another country. So that's first and foremost. And no passport, no ticket.
Back.
All right, you want to try this guy's name, Mike?
1 second here. Get back to me.
Sergey Vladimirovich Ochigava. Yeah.
Ochigava. Look, he really wanted to come to America.
No.
And definitely LA.
So the Customs and Border Protection Officer could not find Ochigava on the flight's manifest or any other incoming international flights. So I guess that's part of a problem.
So yeah, after a 3-day trial, the court jury found him guilty of one count being a stowaway on an aircraft. One count of being a What is the
sentencing for this?
What the hell? I'm sorry. I don't know. One count of being a stowaway on an aircraft.
The crime carries a sentence up to 5 years of jail time.
Okay. Well, that's
That means
that's great to know. Did you know? I did not know that was.
that means if you printed off a fake ticket to get on an airplane.
But it says
You
Stowaway.
get 5 years for doing
It
that.
doesn't say it says Stowaway.
Well, no,
Oh.
no. See, also it's international too.
Yeah, but
That's why the
Stowaway,
U.S.
like,
Department
but I don't know. It just sounds
have to
weird.
do it.
What? I don't understand what you mean by stowaway. What do you mean?
I'm just so like it just doesn't make sense. Like, what does that mean? First of all, but
Stowaway means a person who stows away.
Yeah.
Now, in order to stow, a person must pack or store carefully and neatly in a particular place. This is why I said it's not necessarily word
So
like a certain spot.
hid in the
You
bathroom,
could stow
maybe.
away in the bathroom.
Yeah,
You could
okay,
stow
yeah.
away under several seats. You could stow away where they keep the bags.
Okay.
You could stow away in somewhere totally dangerous, the landing gear,
Yeah.
wherever the hell that is.
I've seen people done that and died doing that. So
That's why I put the dangerous on that one.
But yeah,
I don't
he
know where he
also
did it.
could,
I want to know.
I don't know about that, but it's also probably because he he went from overseas over here, so that is
Yeah.
immigration fraud too. So
Maybe.
he still got that case to go through.
But you have
too.
to show intent to change your status to actually have an immigration thing, probably. I don't know. But anyways, here's how we did it. Like, because you could be a tourist. How do you know I'm emigrating? If I go to Germany right now, I'm not moving to Germany. I'm going to visit,
you
motherfucker.
have to go to Germany
there
with
is
5
no
suitcases full of
coming
clothing
out of
and
Russia
pictures.
right now.
What? My fiance has 4 suitcases. I have 1.
They're gonna be checking
That
out
is
those,
a
yeah.
normal, crazy scenario. You
You're
guys
right,
know
but
what I
they're
just
still gonna
described.
search your bags. They're definitely still searching your bags.
But they're not going to call me a stowaway. I'm going to call it Starway now.
So,
But
Anyways,
no,
they're actually going to give us some evidence here, though. So this guy entered the terminal without a boarding pass by tailgating an unsuspecting passenger through a security turnstile. So that's step 1.
okay.
They're basically like a subway. You guys have like the underground subways where you just
Yeah.
turnstile your way in.
The
Now our
next
airports
day-
aren't like that.
Yeah. The
Next day he boarded the plane undetected. So he waited a whole day.
we could just walk around most of those airports, right? Walk around.
All right. So the flight crew told investigators during the flight's departure, Ochigava was in a seat that was supposed to be unoccupied. After departure, he kept wandering around the plane, switching seats and trying to talk to other passengers who ignored him. So there you go. He stowed away in a seat. In a freaking seat. He also ate 2 meals during each meal service.
Yeah.
And at one point attempted to eat the chocolate that belonged to members of the cabin crew.
What the freak? He
Dude just
gave 2
having a great
shits.
time.
He said,
Yeah,
you
he
know what?
didn't.
I'm not even gonna try to hide, you know? So
So he
he
searched
probably was
his
already
bags.
qualified then.
I don't think he gave a fuck.
Yeah.
There's not a plan to get away with this.
I
here.
guarantee he probably got drafted for the Russian war. He's like, this actually, when was this?
Yeah.
Was this when did this happen?
Yeah.
Well, he was leaving Denmark when November.
Remember? Okay, yeah. So yeah, he probably somehow got to Denmark, and then he's like, I'm not going back to Russia. So I had my post to go to Canada, America, get arrested
What?
there.
Maybe he was coming to Canada, and we were just,
I
you
said
gotta get to
Canada.
America first.
Um,
So they searched his bags and found what, quote, appeared to be Russian identification cards and an Israeli identification card.
okay.
Wait, is he Russian or Israeli? I don't get it. They also found in his phone
One of
a
them
photograph,
fake one.
showed a passport containing his name, date of birth, and a passport number, but not his photograph.
Oh yeah, that's
So
There's
he's
a
been
photo.
in
He had a
symptoms, yeah.
photograph of
Yeah.
that. So
It's included in Tennessee CBP that he left his USPS passport on the airplane. Like, jeez,
claimed he
right?
had been sleeping for 3 days and did not understand what was going on.
Yeah.
He just tried to play it off like, I don't know what's happening. That's it. That's all we've got.
Yeah, he was just trying to play that thing all the way up. But also, if you had an Israel or whatever passport,
Why do you
one of
have an
them was
Israel
probably
passport?
And
I
a
don't-
Russian passport. Is it passport?
yeah, that's the
identification?
thing,
It
like-
doesn't say passport, it's identification. Not a passport, identification card.
No, it was probably a fake one so he could travel right now because most countries won't allow.
Yeah, the Russian one, they won't take it, but they would take an Israeli one right now, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And I'm sure that's a big demand for Russians who want to travel without being stopped or hindered. You know? See, Canadians and Americans, we kind of got it good because we've got access to most countries.
Yeah.
Except during pandemics, where we
Yeah.
had no access to any
And
countries.
somebody running for prime minister here, he's not allowed in India, I'm pretty sure he's not allowed in the United States, but
Justin Trudeau.
no, I'm Jagmeet Singh.
Oh. Oh yeah,
Why
yeah.
are we
That
allowed
guy.
in the U.S.?
But
Yeah.
the Trudeau never did show proof though of that stuff he was saying about that one country, India, wasn't
Yes.
it?
They
Yeah.
started talking. They're having a conversation. So we'll talk about that maybe later on this week. No,
Maybe.
but yeah, thank you everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Jermaine. I know you're in the background, someone over there. As always, you should check out our website, borderlinebanter.com. On there, you can find our YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and our X, formerly Twitter. Check us out there, and yeah, give us a follow and all that stuff. That you can also check us out on our show. On our, you want to be on the show, you can follow. So I'm just gonna.
I threw you off. I went early.
No, Jermaine's doing a freaking quack dance in the
Oh.
background, so I was just gonna cover him up.
Oh.
Give us an email. Shoot us an email if you want to be on the show. We like to have a conversation and all that. Just give us a message and we'll go from there. And it is okay not to be okay. We like to have a conversation like this. Yeah, it's okay not to be okay. The number is 988 for anyone who ever needs somebody to reach out to. We talk about it, as Richie talked about this a little bit, about MAID, and that's suicide awareness. Just, I don't know.
It's a topic we're not afraid to talk about. It's a
A lot of
topic
people
we
are.
talk
It makes
about
people
here.
uncomfortable, and I get it, but
Someone's got to talk about it, and that'll be us.
But yeah, a lot of information on the page. Check it out. If you have any questions, shoot us a message. If you ever need, just all the numbers and information. Justin, have anything to say before we jet out?
Just thanks everybody for joining.
Yeah.
Sorry, no
So,
background clatter.
Jermaine's giving you
We'll
trouble.
Look here.
we'll see you all next time. Leave me some comments on YouTube, please.
Thank you very much, and
Leave the
thank you,
comment,
Jermaine, for
please.
being here. We will chat to you
Oh,
soon.
you already
Man.
know. I'll see y'all soon. You know.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna pass you off to. Let's see if anybody knows. Go this guy. Grand Theft Auto. Have fun.